Hello everyone, I'm Jeff Standley with Standley Handcrafted, and today we're going to be talking about the best oils to get for the fall and upcoming candle season. Now, if you didn't know, this is peak candle season. Basically the months from the end of August all the way through December and kind of into January before it starts kind of tapering off into kind of the slower month. So this is definitely the perfect time to start stocking up on not only oils, but lids, jars, anything, wicks, anything that you use. Now is the time to get that stuff. A lot of this stuff starts to become out of stock as we get closer to November and definitely December. So definitely keep an eye out for some of these things. If you have anything out there that you use constantly, I would definitely stock up, maybe buy a few extra just in case. And if you want to see any examples of that, just go to the DIY Facebook group, which I run over on Facebook, and I've got a link for that in the video description down below. And you can see everybody for the last couple of years talking about everything running out in the month of December. But what I wanted to talk about today were the best oils or oils that I would definitely recommend, and I've got a few from a couple different shops here. And these are basically some of my personal favorites and some oils that do extremely well all through the candle season. Now, all the oils that I'm going to be showing today are definitely fall and winter type scents. They're going to be more bakery type scents, Christmas scents, Halloween, Thanksgiving, anything like that. It's not going to be any florals or anything like that because typically oils like this do much better through these next 4 months. Now, of course, the list of oils that I really like and the ones that sell extremely well for me through these next 4 months is really big. I could probably put about 20 of them up here, but I narrowed it down a little bit more to some of the ones that I really like from a couple different companies just to give you guys some options to go out there and try out. So I shortened the list a little bit and I've got 10 oils here that I definitely think you guys should check out. And like I said, all 10 of these are extremely good sellers and ones that I personally like a lot. And we're gonna go ahead and jump right into this one. And the first set of oils that I'm gonna show you are 4 really nice ones from Midwest Fragrance Company. And if you haven't seen or tested their oils, I would definitely say go to their website. I highly recommend them. They have some incredible oils out there and they've been doing a great job of getting more and more on their website. And these are just some of the ones that really stand out to me and some of the ones that have already been doing extremely well for me in selling candles. The first one that I've got right here is Blazing Bonfire. Now this one by itself is really nice, but this is also a really good one that you can blend with a couple different things. So if you wanted to add some stuff over the top of this one just to get kind of a base kind of bonfire scent and then have anything like maple or cinnamon, vanilla, obviously. This is also a good base scent to add with a few other scents. And of course, I've got all the notes right here. I'm just gonna go through and read what they have on the website. So this one is Autumn Nights by the Fire, smoky, earthy, cedar, and pine are accompanied perfectly with hints of brown sugar and vanilla. And the notes in this one, and I'll just go through these really quick because there's 10 of them here. Cedar and amber as the top notes. The middle notes are smoke, pine, brown sugar, and charred wood. And the base note is resin, vanilla, and roasted marshmallow. And like I said, this one is really nice by itself. You can absolutely, and I've tried a few other fireside scents, which I really don't care for, especially selling as just the fireside or the bonfire scent by itself. But this is absolutely one that you can sell by itself because it just has a few more notes than some of the fireside ones that I've tried out. And I actually like this one quite a bit. So with this one, like the base notes, the vanilla and the roasted marshmallow, you definitely get a little bit more sweet coming out of this one, which is really nice. And then of course you do get that kind of woodsy and the pine that definitely come out of this one. So if you're looking for a good bonfire scent or it's kind of like a fireside scent, this is definitely one of the better ones I've tried. The second one that I've got here is Sweater Weather. See if I can get that one in there somewhere. And that's gonna be a no. I'll try to get some pictures of these and put them up. If you've been around in the candle making community for any length of time, you know that Sweater Weather is an extremely good seller for a lot of people, and this is no different for this one right here. A really good overall fall scent that I would definitely recommend anybody to add to their line. And I'll go ahead and read the notes on this one. So the notes on this one is it's a Bath and Body Works scent. It's inspired by a Bath and Body Works scent. Perfect for autumn or even winter. It has a fresh feel with beautiful notes of mint intertwined with subtle undertones of green apples, peaches, and a base of musk and moss. Now with this one, you can definitely get the mint out of this one. I love mint, so if you're a fan of mint, this one really stands out. And the top notes on this one are greens and fresh mint. The middle notes are apple, peach, and jasmine. And the base notes are oak moss and musk. Now I don't get a ton of the musk and The oak moss, you can definitely smell it in there, but to me, I think the mint and kind of the fresher scents really come out more on this one. But again, sweater weather is an easy addition to anybody's fall and winter lineup, so definitely check it out. Now, this next one is one that I've talked about in a couple videos past, and that's the bourbon butterscotch from these guys. I have only been using this for the last year, and I love it. This one is extremely nice. In the description on this one, it's another Bath & Body Works type fragrance, rich, creamy butterscotch with hints of bourbon whiskey straight from an oak barrel, undertones, sweet vanilla, and light hints of musk. The top notes on this one are cream and butterscotch. The middle notes are bourbon whiskey, and the base notes are vanilla and musk. And with this one, you can definitely get the bourbon whiskey out of this one, but it's real subtle, which is the way a whiskey scent should be. If you've ever tested a straight whiskey scent, they will drive you out of a room. Whiskey by itself, at least the couple that I've tried, are absolutely terrible, even if you like the smell. And I've given the candle to people who do like the whiskey smell, and they blew it out after 10 minutes because it's way too overpowering. The whiskey in this one is a very light, subtle note in this, and it's extremely nice. You can definitely get it out of this, but again, it's not overpowering. You definitely get more of the sweet butterscotch and the vanilla in this one. And personally, I love butterscotch, so this is an easy addition to me. It's one that does extremely well. It sells really well, basically all through the winter and fall months. And again, another easy addition to anybody's fall lineup. And the next one I've got from Midwest Fragrance Company is probably my personal favorite on their website, and it's the barrel-aged apple bourbon. This one, I talked about it in a previous video, and I wanted to highlight it again because, like I said, it's easily my favorite one that they sell. And if you've used any apple maple bourbon before, definitely check out the barrel-aged version of this. This is better than any one I've ever used. And the description on this one is strong, bold notes of dark maple that are complemented with hints of aged bourbon, cedarwood, vanilla, and lemon. The top notes on this one are maple and lemon. Middle notes are bourbon and vanilla, and the base notes are musk and cedar. And with this one, you definitely get more, almost like a brown sugar. The maple and the lemon definitely come out a little bit. The maple is very strong in this one. And like I said, if you're a fan of apple maple bourbon at all, this is easily the best one I've ever used, so definitely jump to the website. Try this one out. I guarantee you won't be disappointed. And again, even if you are not a fan of oils, and I've mentioned this in the past, if you're not a fan of oils, definitely get some and try them out, especially if they're big sellers for other people. Because me personally, I have a ton of scents that I do not care to make, stuff like patchouli and love spell, but I always keep them in stock because they sell extremely well. So unless you're doing candles that you just want for your own personal use and you're selling and you just want to make candles that you like, then definitely get what you like. But if you're looking to get scents that are going to sell well, even if you don't like them, then definitely jump out there and try everything. And I have run into a few people that do not like the apple maple bourbon for some reason, but even if you don't like that scent, definitely get this version. Put a few out there. It's probably the easiest addition to a fall and winter candle lineup, just because it's such a big seller. All right, and jumping over to the next set, I've got 3 different oils from Nature's Garden. Now, they're another company that I've used quite a bit over the years, and I pulled out a few of my favorites from them, and I'm just gonna go through and start talking about those. The first one I've got here is their Blueberry Muffin. And this one, the description on this one is, it's an oil by Nature's Garden, is the aroma of freshly baked blueberry muffin, top notes, juicy tart berries, orange zest, the middle notes of butter cake, and base notes of vanilla and almond. One of the strongest fragrances that we carry, and it is one of their best sellers. So the top notes on this one are blueberry, strawberry, cherry, and orange zest. The middle notes are butter, cinnamon, and cake. And the base notes are vanilla, almond, and baked muffin. Now with this one, I actually really like this one. And this one absolutely smells like fresh baked blueberry muffins. The blueberry in this one stands out more than absolutely anything. With some of the other notes in here, the strawberry, cherry, orange zest, I think I definitely do get those. It definitely adds to, I think, more of the blueberry scent. Like I said, the blueberry stands out more than anything in this one. And then you do get that vanilla, almond, and baked muffin scent in the background so that you know it's a blueberry muffin. If you walked into a house and this is burning, you absolutely know that somebody is lighting a candle or baking blueberry muffins. The next one I've got from Nature's Garden is Spiced Pumpkin Latte. Now, pumpkin spice, anything does extremely well through these next few months. You go anywhere out there and pumpkin spice lattes are absolutely everywhere. So pumpkin pumpkin spice, pumpkin pie, pumpkin scents do extremely well. And this is definitely one of my favorites from them. And the description on this one, if you love all things pumpkin or coffee, this fragrance is perfect. Notes of cinnamon, nutmeg, coffee, vanilla. And the notes on this one are cinnamon, nutmeg, butter, and bread. The middle notes are nuts and coffee, and the base notes are cream and sweet vanilla. Now this one's really nice because, like it says in the description, you do get a little bit of coffee in this one. It's definitely on the back end. It stands out, but the pumpkin and the spice definitely come out a little bit more in this one. Now for me on this one, the vanilla takes more of a back seat. Like I said, the pumpkin, the spice, and the coffee definitely stand out more than anything on this one. But overall, it's a really nice scent, especially if you've got people that like pumpkin spice or pumpkin spice lattes. Easy addition to a fall lineup. And the last one I've got from Nature's Garden is Apple Cinnamon, and this is their original version. Now, I've been using this one for a couple years, and it's probably one of the best apple cinnamon fragrances that are out there, at least the best one that I've tried. And the description on this one is, Nature's Garden is our original apple cinnamon fragrance. If you're looking for a wonderful blend of apples, cinnamon, without an overkill of bakery notes, the apple cinnamon fragrance is just for you. The aroma of red, juicy Macintosh apples sprinkled with fresh ground cinnamon sticks. It's a Nature's Garden original and a bestseller. And it's easy to see why, and I'm glad they put it in the description. It definitely doesn't have an overkill of bakery notes. So if you've used a lot of apple cinnamon, apples, cinnamon, like separate, a lot of them have that real bakery scent, or like you're baking something or cooking something like cookies. This one definitely gets rid of that. It's straight apple and cinnamon, and honestly, I think this one is like a perfect blend. You can smell like half of it is apples and half of it is cinnamon. Neither one of them really stand out over the other for me. But again, this one is an easy seller and easily the best apple cinnamon fragrance that I've smelled out there. And it does extremely well in candles. All right, and jumping over to the last company, at least in this video, and I'm gonna do a few more of these because I do have some scents that I wanna put out there for a lot of people. The last one I'm gonna be talking about are my scents from West Sound Candle Supply. And the reason I'm including these is because these are some of my favorites, some oils that were discontinued, some that I've brought back, some that are extremely good sellers for me, some of my best sellers of all time, which is why I wanted to get them on my website and sell them. So now the next three oils I'm gonna be talking about are from West Sound Candle Supply, which of course is my company. So I just wanted to make sure that people knew these are my oils. And the reason I'm bringing them up is because they're huge sellers for me, and I wanted to always make sure that I had them on hand. And the first one is gonna be another pumpkin spice scent. And for me, if you've seen any of my other videos, I've been using pumpkin spice or pumpkin souffle from a couple different companies for a couple years. And for me personally, I'm not a huge fan of it. I keep it around because it's easily one of my best sellers. For me, with some of the other ones that I've used, I think they're a little too spicy. There's something on the back end of those that I just don't care for. But again, it really doesn't matter what I think, because if somebody's gonna buy 100 of them, I'm absolutely gonna keep that oil on hand. This pumpkin spice, on the other hand, is one that I actually really like, which is why I brought it to my website and why I started to sell it, because me personally, I love this one. It brings out a little bit more of the vanilla, almost like a bakery tone to the pumpkin spice. And I'll read the description on this one. Notes of cinnamon, ginger, nutty pumpkin, brown sugar, vanilla, and cream, and orange peels make the perfect pumpkin fragrance. So the top notes on this one are brown sugar, pumpkin, orange peels. The middle is cinnamon and ginger, and the bottom is vanilla cream. And I think the vanilla cream is what really stands out for me on this one. It adds a little bit more sweetness to it. You don't get that back end note that I don't even know what that is in the other ones I've used, but I'm not a fan of it. But this one definitely brings out a little bit more of the brown sugar. You definitely get the orange peels in this one because there's a little bit of a zest in it, but it's not overpowering. And then of course, just the vanilla and pumpkin together in this one is easily why this is easily one of my favorite ones. And it definitely leans a little bit more towards like a pumpkin pie scent, but there's definitely a difference between the pumpkin pie scent and this pumpkin spice. The next one that I've got on here is turning out to be one of my favorites, and again, it's why I brought it to the website, and that's pumpkin pecan. Now this one, I'll go through and read the description on this one. For this one, it's got pumpkins, pecans, butter, syrup, with hints of ground cinnamon and a blend of apple and cherry. Now the top notes on this one are pecan, butter, and a hint of coconut. The middle is pumpkin, cinnamon, apple, cherry, and pecans, and the bottom is maple, vanilla, and musk. Now this one is definitely in line for a bakery type scent. If you like any type of bakery type scents, this one is absolutely amazing. And the pumpkin, maple, and pecan on this one, it's the pumpkin, the maple, the pecan, and the vanilla on this one really stand out. It's extremely nice, smells extremely well when you're burning it in a candle, and it's a very good seller. Again, another easy addition to any fall and winter lineup. And last, and my personal favorite, is Spice Market. This is one that was sold on a few different websites many years ago. It was discontinued, which I was really disappointed with because it was my #1 seller for at least a couple years before they got rid of it. And as soon as I started my own supply website, this was the first oil that I got. It's easily one of my favorites. It's still a bestseller even now. And I actually kept a couple of my old candles and melts around and didn't burn them just because I like the scent so much. I always wanted to keep it around, open it up on a desk or something like that so you can actually smell it. But I kept this around for a while because I was hoping the oil would come back in stock. So for this one, for the description on this one, it's tangy berry notes, refreshing grapefruit tones intertwined with sweet spices, warm cinnamon, and the fruity spice nuances of clove. Creamy vanilla and spicy nutmeg blend together to unite, enhance, and complete this fragrant accord. The top notes on this one are berries and grapefruit. The middle notes are spices, cinnamon, and clove, and the bottom is vanilla and nutmeg. Now, I will say, I don't get too much of the grapefruit on this one. You can definitely tell there's like some berry stuff in the background, but it's one of those scents that kind of blends in, or it kind of hides those berry notes. But this is easily one of my favorites of all time. The cinnamon, the nutmeg, the clove, I really love clove. This one really kind of stands out. And then you definitely do get that berry tone at the very high end of this one. So it rounds out extremely well. It's a very good seller. And honestly, it was an easy choice to make this my first oil when I started to buy oils for myself. All right, so I hope that was helpful for anybody that's looking for good oils now that we're getting into candle season. Like I said, we are getting into the months where it's gonna be a little bit harder to get some oils, definitely some of these. So if these are oils that you currently use, I would definitely say stock up. Get a few extra just so that you have them. And even if you don't use any of these oils that I mentioned today, definitely go out there and buy the oils that you use. Like I said, you will see some stuff that's gonna be coming out of stock or going out of stock in the next couple months, especially this year with shipping delays. I mean, stuff coming in from overseas. Everything is out of stock right now already. And you're gonna see it even worse when it comes November and December. And that isn't just oils. You're gonna see lids go out of stock, wicks go out of stock, glasses, jars, anything like that. You're gonna see a lot more of those go out of stock. So definitely keep that in mind going into the season. And like I said earlier in the video, I will be making a part 2 of this one. There are at least a dozen more oils that I'd like to highlight. So expect that in the next week. And of course, if you have any oils that you use personally that I didn't include, please let me know what they are, or don't let me know because you don't want people to go get them. But if you do want people to know some good scents that are out there, go ahead and comment in the comment section down below. Let people know what works for you. And please jump over to all 3 of these websites, check out their oils: Midwest Fragrance Company, Nature's Garden, and West Sound Candle Supply, and let me know which are your personal favorites. But that's pretty much it with this one. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next video.